Welcome to Auckland, New Zealand. Right now I am at the outskirts of Auckland. We're almost at the top of a place called Mount Eden. Right behind me here you can see a dormant volcano. And I've been told that the Maori used to live up here, so they do a lot to protect that. You'll see the city of Auckland. So you have a really great view up here. It's a beautiful day so far. I think it's about probably 13 or 14 degrees. Still cool enough to keep you from sweating, but warm enough for me to wear shorts, which I'm really happy about. We're driving to a place called Piha, and it's a beach somewhere outside of Auckland, and it's supposed to be really beautiful, but we have to drive through a very mountainous area to get to it. It's kind of treacherous. It's like when you go around a corner, you don't really see who's coming towards you, so you got to be really careful. Good day from Piha. It is a beach area just outside of Auckland, and right now all you see behind me is the road. It's a very windy road. You have to go actually up over a mountain and then come down, and we're actually about halfway down. We decided to stop a little bit and let you guys take a look at it from above. Just look at all this behind me. What an amazing view. According to a friend of mine, they have a show called Piha Rescue that they film from here. Apparently a lot of people try to get on these rocks behind me, and they don't know how to swim and they end up falling in. Anyway, the rocks are so sharp that even if they did grab a hold of them, they'd probably shred their hands and they get thrown up against these rocks. So if you're ever here in Piha, stay out of this area. This is Eden Park Stadium. This is where the All Blacks, the national rugby team, play their test matches. This is a big stadium. It seats about 50,000 people. It's also where they play a lot of cricket matches. We haven't had a match here since I got here, but I would imagine that traffic gets really bad around this area. One thing that I've really loved about New Zealand since I've been here is the fact that you don't even need to bring cash or credit cards for most things. Every place here has the tap and pay with your phone, including here on the metro system. So if you're coming here, just load up your credit card that you're going to use on Apple Pay or Google Pay, and you will have no problem in about 95% of the places that you go. It really is convenient. All of the trains here are really new in Auckland, so they're very clean, and they'll get you pretty much anywhere you want to go that's touristy. Tickets one way are about $3.50 New Zealand dollars. And you really need to hold on to these tickets and your cards if you have them, because although you can probably jump on for free and get where you want to go, about, I think, over 50% of the time that I've been on trains right now, I've been asked for my ticket by the monitors that come on. And if you don't have a ticket or a card, you can get in a little bit of trouble, and I think it's a pretty hefty fine. Just found this cute little park after I got off the train. I think it's called Waite Park. Actually looks like a nice place where you can come and you can grill out. Really pretty. I just read a little bit about the history of Waite Park. It looks like a little bump of a hill outside the train station, but it's actually a dormant volcano that hasn't erupted in 50,000 years. So we're walking away. It's due. I'm sure there was a better way to get to the War Memorial Museum than getting off at Grafton, but it is a nice walk through a park that seems to be called the Domain. It's nice to see a park like this in the middle of the city. Actually, I'm finding a lot of things I didn't expect in New Zealand. For one, I didn't expect the weather to be so good. And number two, I just didn't expect everything to be so green. It's the fresh air, and it just looks like a tropical paradise here in some places. You know, I'm from Canada, so when I think of end of winter, beginning of spring, I don't think of everything being green. I think of everything being kind of dead. In Auckland, it's not that way at all. It's just pretty. But I do want to show you in the background here, Auckland Tower. If you can't find your way around Auckland, all you got to do is look for the spire of the tower and you'll find your way to wherever you need to be. So I'm told that the Auckland War Memorial Museum is one of the most impressive pieces of architecture in the city. So I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that that's it right there. Quite an impressive view of the city from here. I'm at the Auckland War Memorial Museum, and one of the first exhibits that I've come into is a Maori exhibit, and this is a waka. This is one of the very large canoes that they come over from other islands on when they first landed in New Zealand. This canoe is huge, and I just want to say right from the start that I apologize to any Maori who may be watching this. If I mispronounce any of the words, I really do apologize. Trying my best. The Maori raised storehouses. It kept things off the ground so it could be stored properly. Everything here is so amazingly detailed. If you don't have a lot of time, I still recommend coming here. It's worth the full price, in my opinion, just to come and see the Maori exhibit and the other Pacific Islands. So if you only can stay on the first floor and see all those exhibits, I think it's worth the price of admission. New Zealand dollars. I think it's worth the money. It's got 3 levels. One is natural history, one is Maori culture and South Pacific Island culture, and the top level is a War Memorial Museum. And every one of these exhibits is really, really well laid out. This is definitely a must-do. I have decided to go to the Orbit restaurant for lunch. Not a bad place to have lunch. Sky Tower in Auckland. What a fantastic view. It reminds me of the Danube Tower. I think I'm going to have the braised beluga lentils, and I know it doesn't go with it, but I'm actually craving fries now, so I'm going to have the shoestring fries as well. And a beer. Right behind me is the ferry building. It's definitely one of the most unique buildings in downtown Auckland. And when you're walking along the downtown area, you just can't miss it. And I'm actually going to take you around to show you some of the sights on the waterfront here. I would say that was a pretty good park job. Is pretty good. The tower's kind of pretty at night, actually, especially with the sun just about to go down. Now that one is something you could probably live on full time. All of these yachts behind me are inside the harbor, and in order to get out, they have to open this drawbridge. There are lights on either side that warn pedestrians and bicycles and skateboards that they have to stop before the bridge goes up. This bar behind me is in a fantastic location, and I can only imagine that during the summer, though, that place is packed. Right now, not many people there. So what do you think of Auckland? I've actually really enjoyed the city. It's very beautiful, very walkable. If I had to say one thing that I didn't like about Auckland is that it is so darn expensive. You know, a beer here costs $11, which is a little over the top. I went out to lunch the other day and it was almost $50. Things are a lot more expensive here than they are in the US. It's more than I would spend in a month in a lot of places. If you're local, or if you've been here before and you've been on a budget trip and you want to add some comments about how people can spend and save money while they're here, that would be really appreciated. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That gets it in front of other people and helps us grow our subscriber base, which you can do by clicking the subscribe button. And if you want to get notifications every time we post something new, please click that bell. That'll give you a notification every time we post something new. Thanks for watching. Found a couple of basalt rock chimes.